Hey everyone, what's up? Yeah, I'm on my lunch break right now. I gotta be back in about, looking at the time, in about 24 minutes. I gotta leave, so I'm still okay. But anyway, I thought I'd take this time to kind of do a review, kind of another review of a close, well, I guess it's in a way a close friend of mine on DeviantArt. It's called Grapehyacinth. I think that's how you pronounce her DA name, and I apologize if that's wrong. Um, And Grape, for short, I've talked about it before as a recommendation as someone you should check out a DA along with other people. And uh, recently she added eighth and the the eighth and ninth chapters of her What Dreams May Become series, and they're pretty good. Now she did add a seventh chapter as well. Right. Like I said, sorry about that. But like I said, she added a seventh and eighth and ninth chapter. Now the seventh chapter, I think I may have talked about it. If not, deals with the character Cora uh, spending her first week or so in college. Now basically, it's a college that she can go to and from. She can go home afterwards and go to. So very interesting. Very interesting continuation. Basically, I'm not trying to give much away, but she does go through some nice transformations before it. I'll say this: the transformations she goes through and Roman goes through are very interesting. There's a shampoo transformation which is involved with Cora. Um, there's a merging transformation where they become some kind of a flying insect. Things like that to really pique your interest. And then we get to chapter eight and nine, and eight and nine are really quite interesting. I think I'm not sure if it was what chapter it was, but chapter eight and nine are really interesting. Uh, Chapter eight's not too long. It's basically like a little short chapter, and basically Cora is getting ready, is trying to study, but she can't study. She's sitting, I think, on a chair that Roman turned himself into, and it's like she needs something to kind of ease her mind. So Roman kind of turns her into, I think, into some kind of feline creature or something. And then later on, there's a transformation, which let's just say this happens. If you get my drift. Kind of a swap transformation, if you know what I mean, between the two. And then again, there's a merging transformation after that swap, and then it ends with her in a clothing transformation that again you have to watch and look. You have to read for yourself. Now, those are two good additions. Like I say, chapter eight is not so long, but it isn't very fun read. Um, but then we get to chapter nine, and chapter nine to me is probably the most developed chapter I think I've seen. It definitely has a little bit more drama to it between Cora and Roman, and it's really a great character development for Cora's parents as well, and a more of an acceptance for them as well. I'm pretty sure if you read the entire series, I think the chapter, I don't know if it was chapter seven or four, I can't really remember, where Cora's mother kind of starts to accept maybe what's going on and kind of understand better as to why Roman and her ex, Cora's late father, always spent time together. Um, so anyway, it's a great character development for them because they be, and a great character development for the parents, as well as a more of accepting development, because now they kind of get it, they understand, and in this chapter they get a chance to finally, willingly, and acceptably allow themselves to share that experience that Cora and Roman have shared a lot, and mostly Cora. So it becomes more accepting, more they become more accepting. The characters really grow and mature here. And again, there's a lot more drama here because we finally find out exactly, in a sense, age-wise, how old Roman is. But we also find out, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us would speculate on, if you had read the series, that Roman has the power to keep himself young, even if he's older than what he looks like. And again, just some great character development in Chapter 9. Not just, like I said, with the parents, but some great dramatic character development with Cora and Roman, because Cora has to now learn to accept the fact that, okay, her husband is older than he looks, but if he's able to stay the age that matches her age and never really age at all, because of that, um, you know, she's, basically Cora realizes that her love for Roman, it runs a lot deeper, and that it shouldn't really matter how old he really is, that if he has that power to keep himself young for as long as he wants, keep him basically the same age as she is, then that's all that matters. So, again, some just great character development and some interesting transformations as well. Let's just put it this way: you have the mother transforming. Not to give much away, but you have the mother transforming for the first time into a peacock. You have the father uh, going through a transformation that Roman went through along with Cora the first time that Cora and Roman got together, and that is a horse, a stallion transformation. But what's interesting about this, and this is minor spoilers, uh, the stepfather says, "Hey, I want you to make me a horse, a stallion, but I don't want to speak." Because usually, if you've read the chapters, if you've read the series, um, the characters are still able to speak. They're still able to talk and everything, but unless they decide, hey, no, we're not going to talk. We're just going to embrace being what we are. So, just again, there's a good transformation there, and I like that little addition right there that the stepfather threw in there, like basically saying, "Hey, let me be the horse. I don't want to talk. My only response should be neighing. I don't want to do that. I want to be the horse." And there are other transformations that happened as well. I mean, we get a mountain transformation, if you will, that occurs, and a vine transformation that occurs as well. So just some really interesting transformations that occur in the story. But again, like I said, overall, just a great addition, a recent addition to the series. Some great character development, some great character growth, if you will, on all sides, and acceptance. And to me, this is what a lot of fan fiction stories, original or not, seem to stray away from when they add in things like shape shifting and transformations and all the stuff that I'm a fan of and anybody else is a fan of. They kind of stray away from it because they mainly want to focus on the characters going through this and that and do this, that, and this, going through all the transformation, shape shifting, meltings, whatever you want to call it. And that's good and everything, but if you don't have a solid foundation for a story, even in chapter, nobody's going to really be interested. If you catch my drift, no one's really going to be interested. So again, though, just a really great addition. Just a more recent addition, Chapter 9. Like I said, Chapter 7 is more of a introduction for Cora in her first week of college, and there are transformations there, like I've mentioned. The other one, Chapter 8, is a short one. It's kind of a fun one, if you will. Kind of like basically a calm before the storm, and basically Chapter 9 is the storm. But it's not that bad of a storm. It's more of like that downpour that you get after like a few hours of nothing but gray clouds, and you know it's nothing but rain coming down, and then after maybe a few hours, that's it. That's basically it's basically basically Chapter 8 was the calm before the short storm. Let's put it that way. Um, but really, just interesting, just an interesting addition. Really great, and cannot wait to see what Chapter 10 is. I have given her some ideas for Chapter 10, and I've got a feeling Chapter 10 might be a little bit more fun, maybe less dramatic, because now you got both sides kind of understanding and accepting of it, of what's going on. So I think it might be more fun and more relaxed, maybe. Not saying it would be, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But again, I gave Grape some suggestions, and I think she may or may not use them. We'll have to wait and see. And speaking of Grape, of course, as I've mentioned before in several other videos, audio and on camera, she also does commissions. I'll provide the link down below so you guys can check it out. The commissions basically for her go from basically a $10 range. And it's basically every 1,000 of words. And what that means is for $10 she can do a 1,000-word story. 20, 2,000. 30, 3,000. 40, 4,000. 50, 5,000. 60, 6,000. 70, 70,000. 80, 80,000. 8,000. 90, 9,000. Of course, 100, 100,000. Which would be a lot for her. But still, that's basically how it works. It's like for every 1,000th word, for every 1,000 words, it adds on 10. So let's say you want a 3,000 word story from her, it's only going to cost you $30. And any additional wording won't cost anything, from what I understand. Same with if you want if you want to go all the way and say, hey, I want a 100,000 word story. It costs you $100, but guess what? She would do it. Overall, though, just like I said, she's just got some great stories. I've commissioned her for a lot of stories recently, and I've actually, through my commissions, have basically created another continuity, another world of characters for people to enjoy. And there's a lot of people that love the stories that I've commissioned. And I'm even going to be commissioning her for another continuation in that continuity very soon. The more recent one is called The Ultimate Potion, and it involves a character called Caroline. Now, Caroline has been in the other stories as well. From the Melting Point of No Return, she's made an appearance there and gone through a transformation. She's made an appearance in the two crossovers where we've between the Lexi character and the Gina character. So, she's been around, and just these are just some great stories. It's like when one is called When Science and Magic Meet, When Magic Takes Over. Like I said, a melting point of no return. We had You Are What You Think. And I think another fan added in their own addition to the continuity as well. So you have all this, and like I said, I got one more on the way as well, which will be really interesting. I've already given Grape the description of what I want to see happen, and let's just say I think anybody that will read it will be very interested in it. Now, Grape also has other stories. She has a story series I think she has finished called Rhonda's House, which is basically a transformation story there. She has a Mother Nature series that she's working on, that she works on, and she also sometimes takes a part in writing and contributing to the Trust Machine stories. And the Trust Machine stories basically the main focus of it is you have characters going to malls or wherever these trust machines or vend machines may be located, and paying, I can't think of the price right now, but paying a certain amount of money to allow themselves to be turned into anything they want. Like if they want to be turned into an inanimate object, like say a cup for the weekend, they can become a cup. If they want to become a clothing item for a friend, or they want to become an inanimate object of, let's say, a bed or a sheet or whatever, there you go. So she does take play. She does partake in that at times. She also, I believe, partakes in the trans fun stories as well. I don't really know much about them, but I think they have to do with a potion as well, formula. But she partakes in some of those and contributes with some stories to those as well. But her main ones are Rhonda's House, the Rhonda House series, Mother Nature series, the current ongoing What Dreams May Become series, and whatever commissions you want her to do. And if it's a series of commissions that are basically featuring the same characters, that series of commissions that you do will become its own continuity and series as well. So, but overall, I do recommend checking out What Dreams May Become. Check out the series. If you haven't read it yet, I'll try to provide a link to the folder which you can read it out of. It's a really good series, and like I say, Chapter 9 is really a good addition with the character growth, development, and acceptance of what's going on. So, and in my opinion, it's it was a good, like I say, good character growth and development for all four characters involved. And can't wait to see what Chapter 10 has, but hopefully, maybe in my opinion, this is my opinion, maybe it might be a little bit more lighthearted than this one was. So we'll just have to wait and see. But until then, guys, check it out. I'll provide the link down below, and I'll talk to you all later.